Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Everyone's still celebrating the return of regular season football, and we're away in week 2. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They'll run here with Amari on Hampton. And he'll be met near the line to limit the game to a yard. That was Tyree Wilson in on the tackle.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on second.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Back to Hampton. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they'll be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Raiders with an extra DB out there, 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. His first throw is an interception! And he's going to score on the pick 6. Touchdown, Las Vegas. So we started our game off with a touchdown, Brock, but not on the side of the scoreboard that we were expecting.
Yeah, first drive on defense, the goal is to get off the field, maybe even flip the field with field position. But to score points yourself, that's not something they honestly considered too much. That is until he started that return, baby. And they saw things lining up perfectly for it to happen.
Chargers, nothing.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Darius Davis to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Davis on the return. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Chargers getting set. 1st and 10.
5-9. Set.
Here's Hampton, open and drive. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
At the 27-yard line.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Herbert from the gun. On to the left side, and Johnston has it. He's close, but he is stopped before he can get to that 1st down. Picks up 4.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
21.
Running it with Hampton. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Now, not a traditional spot we see teams going for it, but they only need a few inches. And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense, they're not bold. That was a bold decision. One, they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
All set to go now from the 35. First and 10. Here's Herbert. Gets it downfield. On target to Ganton. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
First and 10 now from the 46. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Couldn't get it to Oronde Gadsden the second. So second down coming up. Back to the air. Herbert. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Darnell Savage with the pick. Now deficit, and that's nothing, Brock. They are right in this game, but they'll make it final if they keep hurting their cause with these interceptions.
Play smart, not scared. That's a mantra that the Colts and Tom Moore and Peyton play smart football, not scared to make a mistake. And right now, he is just making way too many mistakes.
And first carry here for Ashton Jeanty. Tackle made right around the 26. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Vegas first down.
And the Raider first down. First and 10 at the 26.
Back to Jeanty. He's not going to be happy picking himself back up after this. They're sent backwards on first down.
He was taken down.
Goes to the hurry up here.
A loss of a yard brings up second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw now. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Back now, pressure coming. This is a heater going deep. That's caught at the 25. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. And that'll bring up second down.
Second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Throwing from the gun here. He's got it near the 10. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. They sure did.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On return, here comes Davis. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Play action now for Herbert. Downfield finds Lambert Smith. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Gain of 26 yards there. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
One play in, and they are already close to midfield. Herbert on first down. That's him on the quick hitter. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
There's no negatives ever on a great sheet for completion. That's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
It's Hampton on second. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means third down coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down.
That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. Our score, 14-0. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Charger football. They're looking at 3rd and 6 here. Throw here, 3rd down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Darian Porter. And the Raiders have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Man, these guys just can't get out of their own way right now, and we both know it's only going to hurt worse as this game rolls on.
Yeah, kind of stuck in a loop right now. I don't care what sport it is. If it's golf, if it's shooting a free throw, bat and baseball, if you grip it tight and you grip that ball tight, usually bad things follow.
They get it right back. That's intercepted. Dante Jackson takes it away. It's set up just shy of their own 45 after that interception and return.
And the coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
That one's cut on the left sideline. He takes it down to the 33. Give him 24 on that play. That's going to be good for an LA first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Hampton gets the handout. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet. Those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Herbert. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
On 3rd down, Herbert. That one's caught. This is Lambert Smith. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Chargers parlay the interception into points. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers cut the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Chargers 7.
Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
The tackle by Derwin James. It's a gain
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5.
At the 40-yard line.
Running from the pistol here with Jency. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought down on the effort by Derwin James. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here he is on 3rd and short. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. He had it for almost, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's going to be 4th and short.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
From their own side, they're going to go for this. They need about 2. They throw it out quick to the left. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
It's a gain of 8.
It's an 8-yard gain. A great call there on 4th down. Keeps this drive moving. Oh, just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. They're going play action. Got a man, it's Dante Thornton Jr. And they make the tackle at the 38. And gain 11 on that play. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
He's going to throw it again. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the Chargers 38.
Working now from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And they stop him. He's marked down on that 18-yard line. So 20 yards on that play. That's a big his 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Shotgun gift here to Jency. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
On the tackle. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 18-yard line.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 on the other side, Brock. We've reached our 2-minute warning. The Raiders with the lead at home here at Allegiant. 1st down run netted them nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders grow their lead just before halftime. Carlson now to add one more.
Point after.
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders double their lead to 14.
Raiders 41. Chargers 7.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Davis. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
Davis on the return. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far. Not been the standard they set for themselves.
So at the 20, here's 2nd and 10. Empty backfield now, running back motions out left. Herbert from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. It almost as he caught it. He does well to hold on to it. Gets him to the 37. The big play, and that's him 17 yards. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down. New set of downs from 37.
Let's go, let's go.
1st and 10, Herbert. Gets it downfield, on target to Ganson. And he's got this one down to the enemy 35 before they force him out. He picks up 28 on the play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down. All set to go now from the 35. Throwing on first is Herbert. Finds the in route complete. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
It's Herbert once more. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Okay, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they're left with 4th and short.
That's one of those 3rd down situations where you're asking an awful lot of your man to make a play to keep this drive going. Too much of a contested catch there, unable to bring it in.
All right, down a couple of scores. They want a bigger swing than just 3. They're going for this. They snap it to Herbert. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Airing it out to start this drive. Has a man on target to Thornton. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
One play in, and they are already close to midfield. First and 10, looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Dropping back to throw. And this one is launched downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. intended target, Dante Thornton Jr. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Third and long for him here. Gets it quickly to Bowers. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. The timeout taken by Vegas. That's it, 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. First down from the 41.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 18 right, 18 right.
Throwing it again here. He puts some juice on a deep throw. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson takes it away. And the Chargers make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
One last play before the break. One final shot before the half. He's got the hook up, Lambert Smith. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. First play is going to be a give to Genty. And he needed his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd down, looking for options. He fires one deep down the right. He's got it inside the 25. A big 34-yard pickup there. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
It's a screen play to Genty. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Go! 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They're going to try and throw it here. He brings it in. And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. But Lambert still sets him up with a 1st and goal.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet. It gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
They go play action on 1st down. Buying some time left.
You know, that's exactly how a defense should adapt as the play progresses. They blanketed everybody in coverage. It still kept all eyes on the quarterback to keep him from breaking containment. He got out for no gain. That feels like a sack for those defenders.
70 Rangers, 70 Timberwolves, 79 Broncos. Panther 11, Panther 11. Go!
Genty from the gun. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A gain of 5 yards brings brings up 3rd and goal.
3rd down from the gun. Caught out wide. Touchdown, Vegas. The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s when we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Davis. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. Has some daylight through the 40. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's going to give the Chargers a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Herbert on 1st down. And they pick him off again. Darnell Savage with the pick. And the Raiders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who senses the need for a splash play and delivers.
Equal 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Another give here to Jency. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force and the defense wins out.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Throw here, 3rd down. Pressure's there, and the Chargers got him. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the set.
Hey, 3rd down, I get it. Give your quarterback some freedom, right, to make a play, even if he's got to work backwards. It can blow up in your face as it did right there when nothing opens up.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. This from the right hash in a considerable distance.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On return, here comes Davis. He's got a lane up past the 30. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. At the 20. Touchdown. He takes the kick all the way back for 6.
Touchdown, Chargers.
Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
59, 59.
The Chargers will line up for the
On the play fake, it's Herbert. Escapes the pocket. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete. Trying to chip away at that lead, but just not able to figure it out there to take another 2 points off.
Yeah, every one of these calls at this juncture of the game tells a story. And right now, that story being told is this crew is feeling the pressure trying to chip away at those points. Maybe a little over-aggressive, because now they're still down big.
Time is so important for a team to recover its own onside kick, but jumped the gun there before it went 10 yards, and that drew the flag. Ball just a yard shy of midfield, 1st and 10. Genty on the give, he's headed right. And he'll bowl his way in for a 4-yard pickup.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Throwing from the gun here. Taking a shot deep here. And he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Pressure off left, and it's blocked. And they're not able to transform the block into 2 points. He's tackled short, and they get nothing following the touchdown.
You know, it really does, Kate. When you see that point blocked, it just deflates. You feel like the whole sideline gets deflated, but I'll tell you what else it does. It puts a little seed of doubt and thought into your kicker and your special teams, and you hate that. You really do. You want those guys playing with as much confidence as your offense and defense is, so making sure you get your kicker right and that special teams unit right, that's going to be hugely important here down the road.
At their own 26-yard line.
LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. And no look there. That throw falls to the ground. Trying to find his tight end. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Second and 10. Herbert trying again. He's trying to push the field. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Now, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there will be more interceptions.
Well, they have the look. Certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Something lost in my sleep.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
65, 65. 70,
Throwing now, another shotgun. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Couldn't connect with Dante Thornton Jr. So that brings up 2nd down.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 once again from the 20.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Setting up to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. Wide open, downfield. Got it! He does it. Touchdown! The Raiders lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd.
every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again.
Raiders 44, Chargers 13.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Davis. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Davis on the return. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Herbert from the gun. And they pick him off again. Darnell Savage with the pick. And he's going to score on the pick six. Touchdown, Las Vegas. That pick six ought to spell the end to any potential comeback we might have seen out of him, Brock. This deficit might be just too much to come back from.
Yeah, if there's any hope left, they sure could have used some points. They're going to have to get points now in a hurry. And that's for an offense who just threw the interception. They might back out there. You better flush it fast.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders continue piling on to this lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. On the return, here comes Davis. And he takes the return out of bounds.
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
Herbert back to it after the pick. Hits him on the out route. And they're going to manage to take him down at the 12.
The Chargers first down.
All right, we reach the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's the Chargers who have it to start the fourth quarter, but this game seems pretty far out of reach for them. All right, they look set now. Here we go, first and 10. Play action now for Herbert. And they pick him off again. And the Raiders are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair, guys, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Touchdown, Vegas. The Raiders continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Brock Bowers the touchdown. That is his sixth passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Carlson now to add one more. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders continue adding on to that lead.
Chargers 13.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Davis. And oh boy, very dangerous spot to begin this drive. He's out at his own one.
First and 10.
Can't happen. I mean, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. Now, instead of getting to normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers putting up points in a game decided.
I've seen a lot of plays in the playbook. I don't think I've seen a play designated for a 98, 99-yard touchdown, but you will take it. That defense, they were over-aggressive, and the offense made a pay in a big-time way.
Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers take 7 points off the deficit.
Chargers 20.
Well, the win may be lost, but their effort certainly isn't. They're going to try to get this one back after the score. And the Raiders are able to secure the kick. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's first and 10.
Two. Cougar 19.
Starting this drive with a design run. Only finds a couple of yards of space. It's second down.
This offense has now left some ground to make up a little bit here on second down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's second and 7.
Here we go. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. He cuts it toward the right sideline. There's a lot of space. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders will run in the middle of the building. Raheem Mostert the touchdown. Quite the throw from him on that play, Brock. I gotta say, he looked like he'd make quite the emergency quarterback for this squad if the need ever arises, huh?
And Kate, I know how this plays out, all right? They worked on it all week. He showed out during the practice week on the practice field, and now he just showed out when it really mattered, and everybody's going to hear about it, and they don't mind, because you're absolutely right. That was a dime for 6.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On return, here comes Davis. And oh boy, very dangerous spot to begin this drive. He's out at his own one.
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting to normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
Space on the right. He's got room. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers making the scoreboard look a touch better. Well, that right there, Brock, is saving all of your guys a whole lot of work. I see 10 dudes breathing easy out there, and only one of them out of breath, and he's the one holding that football in the end zone.
Are you sure about that? Because you know what I love about these moments? I love especially going back and watching them on tape and watching the big guys. Watching all those O-lines. Certainly some are going to walk, some are going to wave, but eventually some will make their way 90 yards downfield to celebrate that one as well. Because you're right, it was one heck of a show.
Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore, but he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag.
Ready? 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Back to pass on first and 10. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. Get 22 out of that play. That's a Vegas first down.
There are times a quarterback's got to be blacksmiths. When you're in the pocket, there's just a certain timing and precision. But you get outside that pocket, you got to be an artist. You got to be creative, and this guy is.
60 Eagles.
To throw here on first down. He put everything he had into this one. Taking a deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Bronk. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
Another throw here on second down. And the Chargers get home, and they drop him. And they come through the sack to bring around third down.
Brings up third down.
Offense to the line fast.
Cup 19!
Here he goes, third and long. That's cut at the 4! And he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders throwing 6 more on the blowout. From Sid Luckman in 1943 to Drew Brees in 2015. We've had 8 quarterbacks throw 7 touchdowns in one game, and now we have a 9th who's accomplished that feat as his dominance over this defense continues.
72. Chargers 27.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Davis. He goes out of bounds on the return.
Can't happen. I mean, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting to your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
Downfield finds Lambert Smith. And this winds up being an excellent play for him from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 26. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 34-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Bronk. It is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
Offense in a hurry up here.
It's a gain of 8. And the Chargers first down.
1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Catch is made down the right sideline. He's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Chargers.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense
First
on its
down,
heels.
Chargers.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. It's Herbert once more. He's got the hook up, Lambert Smith. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
59.
Now Herbert again. Cut near the goal line. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Back in the huddle, here's 1st and goal. From the red zone on 1st. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. So they fire for the end zone on 1st down, Brock. I think a lot of folks probably assume after the incompletion it'd be a run here on 2nd and goal. What say you?
Yeah, I think you always got to be careful about assuming. As a fan, as a defensive coordinator, I think as an offense, you've worked on it all week, continue to get to the stuff you trust the most.
Go. Crowd right. 5-9. Go.
Herbert throwing again. And he's got it, so they'll pull a little ways back with the touchdown. The Chargers putting up points in a game decided. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
Well, the Chargers are pointing. They're excited. And yes, they've got it. Timing's so important for a team to recover its own onside kick, but jumped the gun there before it went 10 yards, and that drew the flag. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Finds a seam, left side, he's off to the races. It's not if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Raiders continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Carlson adds the extra point. And the Raiders tack on 7 more to their lead.
79. Chargers 34.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On return, here comes Davis. And oh boy, very dangerous spot to begin this drive. He's out at his own 1.
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole. You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along your routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger.
Herbert out of his end zone. That one's cut along the left sideline. And a huge run comes to an end as he heads out of bounds. Wow. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt, or an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
He's going deep this time. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And he's going to score on the pick six. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Hard to believe they got him yet again, Kate, especially with how far they had to go on that return. Mentally, this is not a place you ever want to be as a quarterback. It is devastating. Defensively, well, this is teaching tape for not just taking it away, but taking it to the house.
That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead.
Chargers 34.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. On On the return, here comes Davis. And oh boy, very dangerous spot to begin this drive. He's out at his own one.
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
Has him on the quick hitter. And this one only gets up to about the 5-yard line. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Chargers trying to do some window dressing. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Has him running the comeback. And they're not going to bring him down until he reaches, looks like, the 28. They strike for 23 yards. And that's going to give the Chargers the first down. I'll be the pace here as the clock continues to run.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Chargers.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner. As he continues making risky decisions with the football. It sure seems like they have found a wrinkle in their coverage that this QB just can't quite read. Brock got him on a pick on the last drive, and they should have had him again right there.
Kate, I can't tell you how lonely a feeling this is.
Yeah.
One interception you don't like, back-to-back drives. That's a really hard walk off the field.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Jeremy Chin has got it. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. Defense getting in on the fun, Brock, with that 4th quarter lead as they provide a nice little boost there with the pick 6.
Yeah, you could feel some of the desperation of this offense. And when you get into that mode, it is danger time. Defenses love to take advantage of it. I always say to you, Kate, play fast but never in a hurry. You can't be rushed offensively because you can often be rushed into mistakes like that.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. On the return, here comes Davis. And there it is. He just kept choosing to go backward, partner. And now he's all the way in his own end zone for a safety. Cannot believe it.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Out now for the free kick, hoping their defense can answer a safety with a stop of their own. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. And off to Genty. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That's such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. They give up the guts. It's Genty. And before he can reach the first, he's stopped. This is close. Ball up to the 45-yard line.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
On 3rd down, Genty. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up. They mark him short there, and the run gains nothing. It's 4th down. The lead looks safe, but the pedals staying down. They're going for this.
Ready? Liking 18.
So put this in the win column for the Raiders. And they're stacking momentum right away this season as they begin the year 2-0. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Huard and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.
Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it on Fox. We call him Chaucer cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of hop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock. Cardiac eye. I'm the boss man in a suit with no tie. I can't be, I gotta stay. Put me some in the can and it's dry. Riding in special like Bunny and Clyde. Don't worry, baby, I keep me some fire. She names and broken, she cannot decide. The ladies Mercedes, here go to surprise. Don't sleep on Miss Lady, help ride. Back while I'm gripping her side. Big and mad back, this ain't regular size. We really fly, we like pelican guys. You ain't slick, I can tell her the skies. Upgrade at my wrist, put her gas in the sky. She think I might sign her and change her whole life. I told her to goggle and work on her highs. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and end it on Fox. We call him Chaucer cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of hop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock.
Cash, money, cash, money, money, I took the Billy Cool back and I hopped in the car. I put the in front of the Billy in front of the driver. And man, sit there in the road, wow. I'm stood up, the tires, huh? I'm in the coupe by myself. I had to kick her though when I was fast. Keep the old ones on the shelf. In the fan. I'm sick and tired of me. Act like they find it, telling them lies. Acting like they the one created this and they get all this driven my guys. Yeah, Cartier eyes, Cartier coat, Cartier as the watch. Cartier love, Cartier, Cartier spec buffalo on the side. Prison cut diamonds, they Cartier, yeah. Cartier bad for the Cartier. I ring the cool with 200 the dash. Cartier jeans, ain't no way I can say. Ain't no way I'm ever gonna go out. Man, I can't go out, no way I'm gonna go out. I just grip on her and I show out. I sit like a champ and I wait on her whole lot. I just whip up a new Chanel paddock. I whip with the wrist and I don't break the door out. Turn the whole top floor to off. 100 racks and 1, 2 bought the flood out.
Go, shorty, it's your birthday. We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give cause that's your birthday. You'll find me in the club, full of mama, I got what you need. If you need to fill up